Unless you're looking for them, secrets can be hidden right in front of our faces. For the last decade, Minecraft has had multiple unsolved mysteries, unknown horrors, and unexplainable occurrences. Today is part 2 of our exploration into the Minecraft Iceberg. Just below the water. Mince Raft. This one is hilarious. The title screen has a 1 in 10,000 chance of saying Mince Raft instead of Minecraft, and there's almost no way in the world you would ever even notice that it happened. I don't know this for sure, but I imagine the first person to find out that this was possible did it through data mining and not through noticing it. Because if you don't know that it's possible, there's almost no way you would ever see it naturally. Cave Game. This is the first version of Minecraft, which was pretty much a basic clone of Infiniminer, without much of the gameplay features. Just grass and cobblestone in a giant block, and you could break them and place them, and that was it. The Ender Dragon is female. The Ender Dragon drops an egg when it's killed. If we follow that logic, it's easy to assume, oh look, it lays an egg, therefore it's probably female. But every single cow in the game gives you milk. Does that mean that all the cows in the game are female? And if so, how do they reproduce? I don't know if there's much credibility to this, but we do know, apparently, Notch posted on Reddit that the Ender Dragon's name was Jean. I can't find this original Reddit post, and I'll put it up on the screen if I can find it when I edit this video. But what a random thing to give a name to. Dimension Layers. Although it's never seen in the game, it's implied that the Nether is below the Overworld, and that the End is above the Overworld. This is very common to how many religions say that there might be a heaven or hell in an ambiguous up or down direction. There's also official merchandise that does show this, so there might be some real credibility to it. The Nether Reactor. For over 4 years, Pocket Edition Minecraft players were left without a real version of an essential area within Minecraft, the Nether. Instead, those who played from 2012 to 2015 had this. The Nether Reactor could be crafted from iron and diamond, and needed a shrine like this to encapsulate it. Once activated, a nether spire would form, spewing items from the nether and overworld while pigmen spawned from the ground. Multiple levels of this spire allowed mobs to spawn, netherrack to be mined, and added a creepy omen always looming over your world. While no longer in the game, many remember it as a rite of passage, something few got to experience, and even fewer were brave enough to attempt. When I made this video, I genuinely had no idea what a Nether Reactor was. I had heard about it, I had heard rumors of it, but I'd never seen it, nor did I have any clue what it did. And I think many commenters felt the same way. Those that grew up on Java Edition were looking at that video wide-eyed, just saying, "What?" But it was a crazy solution at the time. If you can't render the Nether, why don't we just render a small part of it in the Overworld? The Nether Reactor comes up later down the iceberg, so hold on for that. Herobrine is Notch's brother. This was touched upon in the video earlier we saw of mine about Herobrine, where people believed that Herobrine was Notch's dead brother's spirit or something like that. Notch has never had a brother, to be clear, and even if he did, I very much doubt that he would haunt a video game. Desert Wells. You almost never run across these in actual gameplay, but they are real. These wells exist pretty much anywhere in the desert. There's no rhyme or reason as to where they appear, and they don't even seem to spawn near villages. I think these are mostly an homage to movie and TV tropes about a mirage in the middle of a desert showing water, even though these are real. It's also reported that if you turn off generate structures, these can still appear. So maybe that's to say that they are mirages? Abandoned villages. In Java Edition, abandoned villages, also known as zombie villages, have only a 2% chance of generating. But in Bedrock, it seems like it might be 20 to 30%, as Bedrock players have reported seeing many, many more than any Java player I've ever met. In fact, I've never even run across one naturally, but I know plenty of Bedrock players who have. These villages tell us a story that if zombies are able to overthrow the Iron Golem and get into the village, that they will ransack the entire place, which I suppose is no surprise. But it is interesting to get to see the ruins of a village and those members of the previous society roaming around where they once were happy. Igloo basements. If you happen to find a snow biome village, you should head inside one of the igloos to see if there's a trap door. 50% of these igloos have a trapdoor that leads you into an area that gives you almost a tutorial on how to convert a zombie villager into a regular villager to get trading perks. In fact, all the items you need like splash potions and golden apples are in the igloo. It seems like scientists might be inside of these igloos attempting to cure their fellow villagers, or perhaps they're trying to infect them. Education Edition. I'm not gonna lie, this whole topic should be its own video, because Education Edition is a radically different beast than any version of the game that you have probably played. It has cameras, chalkboards, elements, programmable agents, and so much more. Infiniminer Inspiration. Don't start a war in the comments, but some people believe Terraria is a ripoff of Minecraft. But actually, Minecraft isn't a totally original idea either. In 2009, Zach Barth created a game called Infiniminer, an open-source multiplayer team-based game. Players would dig up blocks and resources, place and build structures, and explore a world of blocky textures. While originally meant to be a competitive game where two teams fight over the most resources, players often found themselves just digging and building for fun, ignoring the main gameplay loop. Notch began his development of Minecraft literally weeks after seeing this game, making Infiniminer not only a direct influence, but Minecraft a literal ripoff when you watch its earliest gameplay videos. Minecraft has taken influence from many games over the years, and I talk about all of them in my latest video, exploring the Minecraft Iceberg. Check the link in my bio to watch it. Infiniminer is a sandbox game released back in 2009, and very likely inspired Notch to create his own version only a month later. Infiniminer was actually a game that I enjoyed greatly. It's a multiplayer game made up of 2 teams and 4 classes, all having their own abilities, tools, and blocks that they can build with. Most of the block building items are team colored and serve a specific purpose, and player models and tools are flat sprites instead of 3D objects. It's always dark, and the landscape is limited. It's not procedurally generated like Minecraft. But it's supposed to be a team-based competitive game, where the goal is to locate and excavate precious materials and bring your findings to the surface to earn points for your team until the winning team reaches a win threshold. As the game gained popularity, the players decided it was much more fun to build things than to compete for points, which is what then inspired Notch to focus on building, crafting, and survival. Nether portals were made for Endermen. This is one of my favorites because I never thought about it. Nether portals are 3 blocks high, and the only 3-block high mob in the game is the Enderman. And since they have black and purple color schemes as well, and have a habit of teleporting, it makes sense that Nether portals were made for the Enderman to use. It also could explain why the Warped Forest has so many of them. This was their teleporter. Enchantment text. The enchanting table uses the standard galactic alphabet, but the actual phrases are nonsense. The words can be things like air, animal, ball, beast, beretta, bless, cold, creature, Cthulhu, cube. None of it makes sense, but it does make you wonder why that was chosen for the language, and there's something later down the iceberg that clues us into what it may be. Mob lightning conversion. When struck by lightning, villagers become witches, creepers become charged, pigs become zombified piglins, and mushrooms switch between red and brown variants. I wish I had more to say on this, because I feel like this might clue us into some interesting things about the energies within the Minecraft world, but I've got nothing. The void below the overworld. If you break through bedrock in the overworld, it becomes an infinite void below. This is probably not actually part of the lore of the world, but it's just there as a limitation of what the game can create. But if we think back to an earlier entry in the Iceberg, it could be that the void is how you would travel to the Nether if you didn't have a portal. Killer Rabbit. A Monty Python reference was actually in the game for a couple of snapshots during 1.8. It had a 1 in 1000 chance of spawning, which was later changed to 1 in 2500, and then eventually you could only spawn it using a /summon command. But the killer rabbit was just as it sounds. It would have beady red eyes and it would attempt to kill you, and actually be pretty good at it.
Jesus Christ! I warned you!
Pack.png / the Herobrine Seed.
The most infamous photo in gaming history just had a massive breakthrough. After 5 months of work, K Minster and the team at Minecraft at Home were able to find the original Herobrine Seed. So together, let's take a look at where this all started. The most infamous photo in gaming history just had a
I'm lumping these two together because I did a video on the Herobrine Seed, but not pack.png. Pack.png is the default icon for resource packs, showing a hill in Minecraft. Well, Salc1, a fellow YouTuber, popularized the search for this seed that the hill was taken from. And the users from Minecraft at Home actually found the seed using a crazy amount of technologies that were created just to find Minecraft seeds. Please God, go check out this video if you haven't, and go watch all the others. But the exact same group of people found the seed for the Herobrine world as well. Go watch those videos if you haven't, because it's incredible what they have done. Painting origins. 25 of the paintings found in Minecraft are actually edited versions of real paintings by Christopher Zetterstrand. In fact, he was the one that created the Minecraft versions too. The Wither painting is a completely original piece, and I believe Skull on Fire is as well. Skeleton horse traps. An event that can rarely happen during thunderstorms, where a single skeleton horse is spawned, but when you get closer, lightning strikes the horse and 4 skeleton horsemen appear, likely a reference to the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And to top it all off, the skeletons have enchanted bows and helmets. In fact, this actually happened to me live on stream one day. I'd never seen it happen, so it was pretty cool to witness it. Secret languages. There are a bunch of languages in the Minecraft menu that aren't even real, like Pirate Speak, Lolcat, Shakespearean English, Anglish, and Upside Down English, which is likely Australian. There's also fake languages from Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, and a bunch of others. I recommend you try to play the game with these because it is hilarious the amount of work that was put into renaming all of the things in the game specifically for these jokes. Zoglins. They're the variant of the hoglin that's created whenever a hoglin leaves the nether. They'll attack almost anything, including armor stands, with the exception of creepers and other zoglins. Much like the hoglin, piglins also turn into zombified piglins when they enter the overworld or end. I just don't think many people have actually taken a hoglin out of the nether. Sky dimension / Aether portal confusion.
What I'm about to show you may bring back a huge disappointment. This is the Aether portal confusion. Many people throughout the 2010s attempted to build a portal to a realm called the Aether, another portal made of glowstone and water, which would apparently take you to a sky dimension. If this is fake, why did so many people try it? Well, in early 2011, Brandon Pierce, known as King B Dogs, created a mod for Java Edition Minecraft after reading some people on the forums talk about an opposite dimension to the Nether. After releasing the mod to massive success, many videos came out showcasing the mod. Players not on Java, unfortunately, saw these videos and believed them to be standard features of Minecraft. So when they went to build their own Aether portal, they were just left with a wet, glowing rectangle.
There were plans for the Beta 1.8 Adventure Update to include an entire dimension that was the antithesis of the Nether, much like the Aether mod, but this is only adding more confusion to the fire. Many players thought that by putting glowstone in an obsidian-like nether portal fashion, then putting water in the middle would take them to a dimension. And the fact that Mojang almost did that as an actual feature of the game led even more people to try to do it. And it's caused so much confusion that it's almost hilarious that people are still trying it to this day. Gas sound origins.
At some point in your life, this cat has scared you. Listen. So you're probably wondering, how can that be scary? Well, allow me to do the honors. C418, the main composer of all Minecraft music, sampled his cat to the sounds of the ghast. So from now on, you can tell your friends that they're just being scared by a cat.
Yes, that video is actually true. C418 did use his cat as the sample for the gas sounds. Who knows what else C418 might have used for some of the sounds in the game. Netherrack is made of flesh. This is a theory that Netherrack is made of pure flesh. Listen to it. It's pretty likely, considering how much it looks like muscle tissue, as well as the fact that the Nether is pretty hellish, and we have soul sand. If we have blocks that probably have dead souls in it, why is it so crazy to assume that we have bloody, fleshy, mucusy blocks in the ground too? Come on. Brown mushrooms. These mushrooms are a very rare variant of the regular mushrooms, which are usually red. If a red mushroom gets struck by lightning, there's a chance that it will be converted into a brown mushroom. And when you're breeding two red mushrooms, they might spawn a brown mushroom. By using a flower on the brown mushroom, it lets you produce a suspicious stew imbued with the potion effect the next time it's milked with a bowl. Nether chicken jockey. A baby zombified piglin has a 5% chance of riding a chicken when spawned, meaning each zombified piglin spawn has a 0.25% chance of becoming a chicken jockey. This is the only way that chickens can naturally spawn in the Nether. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and ring the bell to make sure you know when the next episode is out the minute it comes out. When you're ready for another video, you know where to find me. I'll see you then.